I was going to the World Cup in Uruguay the last time Pirates beat Mamelodi Sundowns.
Yarr.
I always say records are there to be broken. However, records are there to be increased and being made better. Because these two teams are two teams that are not afraid of playing against each other. They have players that are able to step up and play. Last season, when Pirates lost, they were losing possession easy. They were not going into the areas where they can hit Mamelodi Sundowns. They lost out on counter-attacks. And where are those players? Tito is not there. Kabelo Dlamini is not there in that midfield. Relay is not there in that midfield. It is a changed midfield, which means Guti, it's a different team that Mamelodi Sundowns will be meeting against a Pirates. However, it's mental strength, it's the emotional etiquette. And I'm saying etiquette, Guti, when do you rise
But explain
to the
it,
occasion?
guys. Explain it. It's only 45 minutes up the road from Orlando to Pretoria, and yet it is such a difficult trip for Orlando Pirates to make, especially in the league. I mean, we're talking, what, 6 years since the last time Pirates were able to win in the league in Pretoria.
Yeah, but you have to look at is the different squads. When you look at the squad now and look at the Mamelodi Sundowns squad now, it has changed a lot. It's two new men at the helm in Coach Wadu and also Coach Cardoso. Now you have to bring it a little bit closer so that you can speak about these two squads. Because when you look at the last 5 games between the two teams in all competitions, it's 2 wins for Orlando Pirates. It's 1 win for Mamelodi Sundowns, and it's 2 draws. This is speaking about the last 5, where both these coaches have been involved in.
But you bring all competitions, Mos.
That's why I'm a player I'm a player we league, I'm a player we calling. No, players play in all competitions. And that's why I'm giving you the last 5 games in all competitions, which is 2 Pirates, 1 Sundowns, and 2 draws. The most recent one, you could see that there's no difference between these 2 sets of players because both games were drawn in the last time they met in all competitions.
It's a tough place to go, is Pretoria to Mamelodi Sundowns, because they've got 1 loss in their last 16 games, have Mamelodi Sundowns, when it comes to home form. However, they do know each other, these 2 squads. They know each other very, very well, and some of them may even be roommates. How? In the Bafana Bafana setup. They were part of the journey to the World Cup, and so many of these 2 sides players have been called up for the preliminary squad that will be taking on Zambia on the 14th of November by Coach Hugo Broos. When I did a quick count, I counted 8 Mamelodi Sundowns players, 10 Orlando Pirates players called up in the prelim squad for that Zambia game. I mean, you couldn't want to know each other more than that.
When you ask ukuthi igame yanamhlanje isitshelani ngeleague, isikhombisa ukuqina nokuhlakanipha, all the words you can think about of our league. It takes us to Spain, when Barcelona and Real Madrid are heavy in how they play in the national teams. You see it with the clubs. This is what we are seeing. The quality players that make up Bafana Bafana, from Orlando Pirates to Kaizer Chiefs, is also what is putting where Bafana Bafana is today, which means we are constituted to have quality football that we are seeing. The reason City Lisegazini is because of the players that are kikizwa ila team mabili. So when this principle so good in the quality look at this here.
This was Rwanda
player scores, a Mamelodi Sundowns player plays an assist. So that shows you there's fine line between these 2 teams.
Coach Shorty, you know, when we looked at that squad and the prelim squad, Shorty was like, Nemtajel. Like, she looked at all those names and then just went into Nemtajel. What about him excites you so much? He's been called up. What has been that Hugo Broos and yourself see?
He's a tank. Enga Katal. He says, the coach says to me, run. Where there's space, where there's the ball, get into those areas, go into spaces where defenders are lazy to go into. He's got the courage. Into Anaseka Sinjalo, he's got the courage, he's got the impetus, and he's got the eye to know when to run, how to run, when to make a pass. He's brave. He's not afraid. You can't really tame him down to say, no, he's only good on the ball, pass up, but he's a complete player that we haven't seen in a long time. I don't even have the words to describe him.
When you're looking for a description of a number 8 player, a player that plays in an 8th role, a player that is a box-to-box player, the player that will come in the initial phases of build-up, and you'll find him in the consolidation phase. Then when you have to finish the action, he's still there. Rukwamba ngamasindi nemtanjela. Ndimtukana na bako tamba bukatini mdavi kati me Orlando Pirates. Chifinga chote nichi kumuseza ubako gidima. Awana chifinga chene ndoseza masindi na wana oima. Ndru ubako idia pasi achiko isanke, achiko inyago idova ai wana achi ngapanda. Uko dia bola.
Uko tamba zwabu.
Okay, guys,
so
I like that. You guys loving Nemtajela. He starts today. That means who has a big job to do? You say there's a tank on the field for Orlando Pirates. What's the tank stopper on the other side that is going to be given the job of trying to make sure that that tank doesn't do what's excited you so much?
Obas is the person abamfagile ukuthi he'll be looking at Nemtajela, and it might be tricky for him because we know ukuthi he gets rough under pressure, so he might pick up cards. If he wants to compete with Nemtajela in areas where he wants to be smart when he wins possession, uzoba no problem because he must be ready to defend. He must be ready to run behind Nemtajela, and he must also be smart about it in a sense that he needs to push him into areas where he doesn't punish him. And Namhlanje Obas needs to choose, is he going to play when he has the ball or he's going to be there as a destroyer, making sure he closes areas and spaces where Nemtajela is thinking to go next. If he's only closing spaces where he is at, he's going to find Nemtajela punishing him.
But coach, one thing that you're speaking about, sixes or defensive midfielders, CDMs, they like to have a reference. Now, I'm looking at this Obas role today to say, Pirates are not playing with an out-and-out 10. Does he have a reference to chase around? Because it would have easier if Pirates were playing with an out-and-out 10, then you've got a reference to say, I'm picking up this matribulana, and then Nzokijimisana Nai. Today, Pirates set up their midfield a little bit differently, with Nduli sitting and 2 8s in front of him. Now, who will be picking up the other 8? Abbas will not have a reference today. What will that do to the shape of Mamelodi Sundowns?
These are the tactics that we do need to hear the coaches explain. Lwazi is standing by for me. He's got the 2 coaches for this one. In a game where both sides this season have dominated possession. Mamelodi Sundowns average 72% possession so far this season in their league games. Orlando Pirates average 60% of the possession in their matches so far this season. And there's only 100%. When there's 72 and 60, something's got to give. Which coach is going to have the right strategy? Let's find out.